What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me today on another episode of Slick Vic Reviews. I'm Victor Hernandez, and today we're reviewing Death Note. Death Note is directed by Adam Wingard and stars Nate Wolff, Lakeith Stanfield, Margaret Qualley, and William Dafoe. Let me show you a clip. Light is an extremely brilliant but bored high school student until the strange day where he accidentally encounters the Death Note, a mysterious notebook with the power to kill anyone whose name is written inside it. With the Death Note at hand, he goes on a personal crusade and moves to kill all evil in the world and become God. He does this all in the name of Kira and declares himself the law and justice of the world. At first, things go as planned, and he moves toward making a better world. However, things don't go as he had anticipated as the relentless L works to track him down and arrest him. Now, this movie is based off this 2006, I think it was 2006, Japanese anime. And I never seen it. I know it has a huge fan base, and I know there has been some controversy regarding this movie as far as the setting and the casting. Like I said, I've never seen the anime, so I'm judging this movie just as a movie. So, as a movie, I found it very disappointing. I was looking forward for this movie. I saw a trailer earlier this summer. It looked very intriguing, but yeah, it just wasn't good. I was very intrigued in the beginning, but it just went down really fast. And I thought a lot of it had to do with how rushed it felt. I think it felt like it had a lot of material to work with, but it felt very rushed. The movie's only about like an hour and 40 minutes, and I could see where they could have taken its time and you know concentrated on the characters, and that's the main problem with the movie. I think were the characters too. They all were just unlikable for the most part. I couldn't relate to them in any way, and the acting wasn't great either. Um, I'm not sure if it was the cast choices that they chose, but let's talk about that for a second. Nat Wolff plays Light in the movie. He's the main character who finds Death Book when it falls out of the sky. Um, I'm not gonna lie, this character was completely unlikable. I don't know whether he was like that in the original anime, but um, he just wasn't likable at all. You just really didn't have time to actually care, And the way he played the character, the way Nat played the character, Light, it just there was nothing there. It was just very um, dry. It wasn't horrible, but it was just plain. There's nothing really to care about in this character. It just wasn't there, unfortunately. So, okay, Margaret Qualley plays Mia Sutton in the movie, and I think personally, for me, her character was the worst in the movie. I don't know if her character was even in the original anime, but to me, she was very unlikable. She was introduced to Light in the movie really quickly in the beginning of the film, and there was no time again to invest in these characters. She was just thrown in there, and it didn't make sense for her Light to have kind of this connection with everything that's happening to Light all at once. It just didn't make sense in the movie. It just felt rushed to me, and yeah, her character just didn't work at all. Lakeith Stanfield plays L in the movie, and his character to me had the most potential, but like the other characters, he wasn't fleshed out enough for me to care. He was very unorthodox, eccentric. He was very strange, very weird character, and he in a lot of ways he was the most interesting, but he just wasn't fleshed out, man. You didn't know anything about his backstory. It just came off kind of goofy to me because you know Just didn't know much about him. So again, just missed opportunities everywhere. If there's any saving grace in this movie, it's William Dafoe. He played Ryuk in the movie. I think I'm saying his name right. I'm not really sure. I'm probably not. But he plays a death god who is the owner of the Death Note. And he was by far the best part in this movie. His character was very creepy. The design of him was very eerie, and you want to know more about his character. Again, they didn't give you much, but he was definitely the most interesting. They didn't show him enough in the movie. You want him to be in more of it, really, because every time he was out of the movie kind of just. But he was the most interesting. You want to know more about him, and he was the only great thing about this movie. So that's basically it, guys. The movie had its moments here and there, but as a whole, it just didn't work. I was disappointed. I really was. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 5. Um, it could have been a lot better, and it had the potential to be great, but it just wasn't. So, anyway, I would still love you guys to see this movie because it's on Netflix. It's not like you have to go to theater and watch this movie. You can watch this at home. It's still a movie that I would love to talk about because I would love to hear people's different opinions and takes on this movie. So please comment below. And if you like my review, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back.